These are busy days for 20th Armoured Infantry Brigade. 5 rifles is in Estonia, heading one of 4 multinational battle groups now in Eastern Europe. The brigade itself leads the land element of NATO's VJTF, Very High Readiness Joint Task Force. Both measures are intended to reassure allies in Eastern Europe. There's nervousness after Russia's annexation of Crimea and suspected part in the Ukraine conflict. 20 Brigade's commander, Brigadier Mike Elviss, acknowledges parallels with the Cold War.
It was normal back then to be at Readiness, sat on the continental landmass of Europe. The same is now true again. It's the new normal to have multinational battlegroups drawn from across the alliance forward in the Baltic states and Poland. It's the new normal to have a British-led multinational brigade ready with its equipment in barracks at short notice, ready to deploy in Europe. So those parallels are the same. So I think those skills have lain dormant, and we've rediscovered them over this past 12 months.
In a crisis on NATO's borders with Russia, 20 Brigade would be at the forefront of any response. Commanding VJTF land forces, it could deploy swiftly from its Paderborn base in Germany. It's ideally situated as easily the closest large British force to any potential flashpoint.
I expect that I would be there within 24 hours personally, should the balloon go up, and the force for the remainder of the VJTF would move me any time between 5 and 7 days later. So, we sit, I think, about 10 hours drive away from Lithuania, currently here in Paderborn, where large elements of the VJTF are ready with their armour in barracks. And so it would be quick. It would be days and hours, not weeks and months.
20 Brigade is on VJTF standby throughout the year and continually testing its capabilities. Most recently, without warning, it successfully moved a fifth of an 8,000-strong force to Romania. That was a training exercise and not the only one in the region. Not far away, Russian troops are also said to be flexing muscles and on a large scale.
In my own experience, particularly the Baltic states, but also those in the south, so both Romania and Bulgaria too, are acutely alive to that heightened level of exercise activity and are prepared for it in the sense that leave has been cancelled and people are prepared for what comes next. But what I would say is that all of the enhanced forward presence battle groups that are now forward in all 3 of the Baltic states and Poland are increasingly settled, are all at full operating capability, as is the VJTF, and so we stand ready if and when we're required to send a counter message.
Eastern Europe is certainly 20 Brigade's main focus of attention, as well as Estonia. It has soldiers currently on exercise in Hungary. It's conducting training missions in Ukraine and Latvia. But the brigade also has soldiers on duty in Iraq, and it's at the forefront of home defence as the Army's vanguard Armoured Infantry Brigade. All this has to be combined with a daunting role leading the Very High Readiness Joint Task Force.
I have every confidence in our ability in the VJTF for 2017 to respond to any threat from a peer or near-peer enemy that we would go up against. I have absolute confidence in the men and women and the spirit that pervades the VJTFL and indeed 20 Armoured Infantry Brigade. Of that I have no doubt at all.
20th Armoured Infantry Brigade is now halfway through its 12-month VJTF mission. It's entailed continuous intensive training. The brigade they call the Iron Fist seems to be living up to its name. Rob Olver, Forces News, Paderborn in Germany.